guys, Kitty Sapphire here, and how's everybody doing on this wonderful Saturday morning? I know this is not my usual time. Usually I like to have my weekends free. I like to, I know a lot of people are just like to have their weekends themselves with family or what have you. So I don't customarily do live streams on the weekends. And then also the fact it gives me a chance to work on some more stuff. So during the week, I can show you guys, or gives me a chance to do housework. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? I hope everything is doing well. I got your good news. It's wonderful. It's awesome that you're basically going ahead with your plans. It's just wonderful. It's nice to hear from you. We're going to take a little bit of a detour from the usual stuff that I do because a lot of, may I mind you, the language in this particular video makes me very uncomfortable on the whole because of the fact that, I'm doing okay. I'm still remaining positive. I'm still remaining optimistic, but I am also kind of upset of what's been going on, especially when it comes across YouTube, especially the fact that I just technically started. I've only been on YouTube for at least a year or two, and I haven't really got a chance to stay here long, and all of a sudden, there's a lot of things going on within a matter of a month's span, and that has made me very, very irritated. Well, if you guys don't particularly know, I would advise you, there are several other much more bigger YouTubers than myself that are talking about this. They're talking about this new enforced law of COPPA or COPPA or whichever you prefer. Me personally, I don't think you necessarily want to label it as a Japanese yokai, COPPA, but at this given point, who gives a damn? Anyway, basically, in a nutshell, YouTube royally messed up. I don't want to go, well, I'll try to explain it as much as I can into it, but based on the information that I did gather, YouTube messed up immensely, and they messed up by basically gathering data information or data mining minors, basically anybody who's below 13 and down, and selling that piece of information to big time sponsors and ad companies. So basically a lot of the advertisements were mainly geared to kids, giving them ideas to shop at these particular areas and what have you. That's against the law based on COPPA's rules. COPPA has been around since 1998 when YouTube and the internet was just getting going, or it started to become even more and more popular around that time. And because of this little hiccup, well, not hiccup, because of YouTube's negligence to more focus on, that's not good, YouTube is being mean. Yeah, but because of this, it's affected and snowballed onto the creators. So basically, based on YouTube's, excuse my French, fuck up with the data mining and what have you, they got in trouble with the law of COPPA, which is run by the FTC. Now, the FTC I understand their particular point of view. They're trying to keep children safe. I'm all for that. I'm all for keeping children safe and giving out personal information. It's not that type of, it's not their place to do so. So when YouTube made this mess up, they put down I believe it's $170 million in settlement with the FTC. However, because of in league with that settlement, they decided to put the responsibility up to us creators to not make our content child friendly or too child friendly. And that is a huge problem, especially the fact for the community that I run in, not only the fact of the YouTube community, but the nerd community. And the nerd community is basically run on sort of this adult, imagination-driven, sort of like a gray area between one's childhood and nostalgia to their adulthood or basically adulting, if you want to call it that way. So, with that said, because of YouTube's mess up and then putting it on the content creators on YouTube, of course, I feel like I'm leaving a lot of more information. I feel, was it game theory? So MatPat did an excellent job of basically breaking it down. Also, if you're looking for other YouTubers that actually did a great job of explaining it, you could also look at Login Noggin. He does a lot of Pokemon content, and he did an expose based on COPPA. Also, Foamy the Squirrel. Now, may I mind you, this might be because of the fact that I grew up with Foamy since I was in high school. Yeah, it can't be too kid friendly, and I will explain in a few seconds of the reason why. So basically, I feel like I'm what is it? I'm leaving out a lot of information. So I'm just basically paraphrasing and giving you sort of like the small amounts of it. I'll put links at the bottom of the video of the FTC, or the head of the FTC, what their plans are for YouTube since they violated this situation, and their content creators. I will put up a sign-in petition, comments. I haven't done the comment part. I will be doing that at the very end of it. The reason why I feel this is very important is that a lot of content creators, the big ones that we usually watch, or if anybody watches them, they fit in a huge gray area, and now they put us in a situation where you can't be too kid friendly because of the fact that it will attract too many children, and you can't be too adult. Or you get no ad revenue. Now, for me, it doesn't really apply about the money, because I'm too small of a YouTuber to actually, get any money from this. And frankly, when I actually joined YouTube, it was based on a fluke. Well, not a fluke, but it was more of, a friend of mine wanted to see some stuff of mine, my Eevee collection, and that's how it snowballed. It really, I wasn't out there to basically get money. I wasn't out there to basically advertise to children. It's just that this was something that I expressed with another friend who is also a huge Pokemon fan and loved to collect the plushies as much as I did. And I kind of shared it with her, and then I decided to do more stuff to it. Oh, that would be nice. But going back to what I was saying beforehand, a lot of people might be asking, well, this is not really your fault. This has nothing to do with you. Actually, it does, because I'm a small-time YouTuber and I don't have the backing like everybody else does. The bigger YouTubers, they'll get hit because of the fact that a lot of their money will be stripped away if they put their content in kids-friendly category. And here is the specific reason why this is such a problem with the COPPA. COPPA's regulation is this for YouTube content creators. If you have content that appeals to children, and there's going to be a little bit of a list of what is considered kids friendly, which, may I mind you, is very, very vague the way they express it. But if you put your video into children friendly only, not only the fact that your revenue is cut by 90%, so those who do a career out of this, they won't have a way to live off their content that they made on YouTube, especially if you've been doing this for an X amount of years, especially like Foamy, who's been doing it for like 18 plus years and such. What else? Not only the fact you will be losing a lot of features. You won't be putting comments section will be closed. You won't be necessarily recommended. You will have a hard time looking in the search bar with your videos. Basically, your video will be thrown into oblivion where nobody can find you. and slowly chipping away, well, not slowly, basically ruining your business as a content creator on YouTube if you put your video in child category only. And if you don't put it, no, it's not cool. It's extremely terrible, especially the fact that if you're a nerd like myself and you love bright colors, and it makes you chipper and happy, and you like anime, you like animation, you like Pokemon, those are, yes, they attract kids. Pokemon is the highest grossing franchise on this freaking planet, bigger than Star Wars and Disney. you know um uh you know we're basically being isolated into this box where nobody can find us, and it's very problematic, and it's terrible, and especially the fact that my channel, the way I wanted to progress in the future, if there will be a future for this particular channel, is to showcase my artwork, to finally get my manga up to speed and actually show it off here, show it off on my Patreon and such, and later on do an animation. Now, it's going to be a little bit difficult on my end. Now, some of you are asking, well, if you don't put it in the kid category, you should be fine, right? Well, actually, in reality, no, you're not fine, because if you do not classify your video as kid friendly in hopes to dodge the FTC, if you don't do that and they come to find they use these bots on YouTube. I heard about these bots because, again, I haven't been on YouTube very long, but you have these bots that analyze your videos or watch your videos, but of course these are bots. They don't understand human context. If you don't necessarily categorize your video and it has childlike things, again, I will go over the list of things that they would consider as for kids. You can be actually fined at least $42,000 for each video that you make that they feel that the FTC feels that it's for kids. So, let's see if I can, hold on a second. I know I have, let me see if I can have a copy. Now, may I remind you, this particular video that I'm making, or live stream that I'm making, is very slathered together because of the fact that I wanted to do something else. I wanted to talk about, no, not good at all. Not good at all. Yeah, everybody will be extremely mad. I feel this helps no one in any case. It doesn't help the children, because that means a lot of the content that they're used to seeing on YouTube will be more adult-oriented, and they'll get to see the forefront of, like, the ugliness in humanity with the sudden change. Also, the fact that I don't know where the parents are. I know FTC was pressured by parents, a group of parents, or organization that specialize, or say they specialize in protecting children. And this is a very extreme aspect of keeping children safe. I don't know what the parents are doing. I don't want to say it's basically all parents, because it's practically not. There might be some parents, unfortunately, doing their job, and the kids are just being jerks and lying on their age, and basically manipulating the system. And then there's other parents that are very just neglectful, and they don't care what their kids watch on YouTube. It's a bit of both. So let's see if I give me a second. I'm gonna look this up, because COPPA law. Okay. Okay. And under 13. And funny enough, I can't clients. That's more of a roundabout. Well, basically, it's It's thus this. Again, I will basically do an extensive research based on about this. It's just that I was after a few days of basically watching these videos of COPPA, I need to actually put at the bottom of an extensive full listing of what could possibly be problematic. But like I said, I'm paraphrasing half of the stuff. But basically, if you use certain language like that is drawn to kids, like cool and yeah and awesome and whatever, yeah, we can see how old this particular law is based upon the language. Also, bright colors, animated characters, celebrities that children might recognize, bright colors, using not only using animated characters but using animation period can be classified as kid friendly, using franchises that people recognize. So like Disney, Star Wars, anything in anime, Pokemon, the list goes on. And if as a bunch of nerds, we kind of straddle this line where we talk about very adult subjects, but with the help of things that we love, which are just so happens to be cartoons and anime and video games and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of your favorite artists are basically might be going on the wayside. When January 2020 comes around. So at the very, very bottom of this, I'm going to basically put a link of the petition. I'm going to put a link of several of the videos of the information that does a better job of paraphrasing and going into grand detail about what this law does. That includes game theory. I'm going to do login, noggin, and I'll do Foamy the Squirrel at the very bottom. Yes, adults are pretty much big kids, especially our generation shows this, that we as adults, we don't necessarily change from what we do as a kid. I mean, we do in a way, but as far as our interests, it can still range to what we liked as a kid. 20 years, I loved Pokemon, and I still love it. I just got the Shield game. Anime. I grew up with that. My parents groomed me in loving comics and loving Star Wars and loving Star Trek and science fiction and fantasy stories of like Once Upon a Time and Disney shows and stuff like that. And I really don't want that to go away on YouTube. I really don't. Because it shows it can bridge a gap between those particular two facets. Yeah, that's basically what happened. We upgraded our kidness to our personal age that fits us. But I feel that we shouldn't be punished for it, especially the fact that we don't have the capability as individual creators to data mine people. Heck, I don't even know I don't know, in statistically speaking, what's more likely to watch my channel. But for the most part, based on the people who interact with me, half of you guys are usually on YouTube and Instagram. Majority of you are above the age line, which is 13. You have to be 13 and higher to be on YouTube. A lot of you are either in your early 20s or early 20s or late or early 30s. That's majority of my group that watches me. Yeah, a lot of people, creative people, get hit, like myself. Now, a lot of people, now, you're probably asking what's going to happen to me. I know this sounds, I'm sorry if it sounds really narcissistic. I'm not trying to be. But this is also very important, especially the fact that I just got here. I just got it. This coming January would have been or might be marks 2 years of 2 years of me being on YouTube. It will mark 2 years of me being on YouTube. There's some videos that I was like, oh, it's been a year, and I was like, wow, it's been a year since I did this. But to actually be considered relevant on YouTube, it's going to be 2 years. And I haven't spent a lot of time on here. And it makes me sad that this thing has happened. But I'm going to try my damnness to survive. So, like, if something were to happen on my YouTube account, try not to lose heart. I still will try my darnest to survive in this. Especially the fact that, you know, this is something that's beyond my control. Well, not beyond my control. I can still do something about it, but it's just that it's majority of where it came from is completely out of my control. If you guys still want to support me and I'm no longer on YouTube because of these shenanigans, you guys can help me out by going to my Patreon. I will have to do videos on my Patreon more so than ever now. I have to do more merch and more stuff pertaining to Patreon only. If you guys really want me to survive and support me. Also, ooh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. I'm sorry that I'm not tired. It's just, excuse me. But Instagram, Facebook, Patreon is a huge one because I do want this to for the long run, I want to profit from this. I want to make money from this, so I don't necessarily have to worry about I have to worry about this every so often. Or the fact that I love what I do and I want to make you guys happy with my own art pieces, and in order for me to continue that, I have to be sufficient. Also, Etsy is a huge thing. I have merch already on there that's waiting for you guys. Please don't sleep on that. Etsy, I have quite a few things. I have My Hero Academia for all you My Hero Academia fans, My Little Pony Pokemon fans. I have a lot of stuff. I'm open for commissions. It's just with YouTube, it was a lot easier to basically express my feelings and express all other aspects of my life. Not only as an artist, but as a geek, as an otaku, as a nerd, period. It was just easy. It was just easier to do it on YouTube. But now that there's potentially might not happen, excuse me, Facebook lives. What's that? You might have to express that to me. I mean, I did live streams on Facebook before, and I might have to go back to that. Even though me personally, I'm not really a big fan of the quality. The quality on Facebook Live is, in my opinion, a little subpar. But you know, but yeah, this was just a little bit easier to do. And, you know, I really don't want it to go away. I still want to basically goof off, talk about conventions. I want to talk about otaku stuff, like My Hero Academia. Oh my goodness, my phone. Sorry about that, guys. And as you can tell, I like Sailor Moon. But, yeah, so, I definitely wanted to basically express that warning. As far as how I feel, I'm nervous. You know, I feel like my business is shrinking bit by bit, you know, and it makes me very sad because I really want to continue bringing you guys content, but I need the support. I really want to continue bringing stuff to you guys, but I need the support, the word of mouth, you know, all of that. And, you know, I don't want to come off like I'm begging, but at the same time, to a certain extent, I kind of am. Because I don't want this to go away. I really love you guys. I really love you guys. And I like continue doing this. I like bringing you guys merch that I made myself, and just hearing that you guys love my stuff and feedback and stuff like that. I really like it. I really like sending, those blue envelopes in the mail to you guys saying that, hey, this is from Kitty Sapphire. Enjoy yourselves. I like making stickers. I like making mini prints. I like making that stuff for you guys. But unfortunately, due to negligence of these big time platforms and a law or area run by the government that does not understand how YouTube and the internet works as far as free marketing and what have you, a lot of us who are caught in between suffer. It's frustrating. It really is. And it's just fucking frustrating. So it's, it's just frustrating. So, it's just like, yeah, no, I mean, no, there isn't. But, a lot of people, apparently this is also a way to express that, as a nerd community, we're being pushed out. We're being put onto the wayside again. And, after, a lot of cases, we do a lot. And yeah, it's just, I do have great pride in my work. I mean, there's always improvements and such, but it's just like, this is just annoying. It's just annoying. And I feel very, it's just, it's just very annoying. That's it. And it's just very annoying and very nerve-wracking. And, again, like I said, please support in any way possible, whether it's word of mouth, likes, sharing. Please buy some of my merch that I made. Definitely perfect for Christmas for any otaku out there. And, I will try my darnest. I really will. But to go into what I originally wanted to talk about and, get more of the serious stuff a little bit onto the wayside, you guys stuck around for. Basically, I came to talk about my latest finishing of a commission that I did for all those My Little Pony fans. And what I did was basically the same person wanted another picture of one of their OCs, but in sort of like a spread sheet type of format. And this is what I did. This is Night Flight. For this particular pony, I wanted to automatically, first of all, I thought of the gothic lettering for Night Flight. Let's face it, with a name like Night Flight, that especially in the My Little Pony universe, it sounds like a dark, brooding, vampiric pretty boy of any sorts. But unfortunately, this particular pony is not a vampire; it's a Pegasus pony. So I gave it a little bit of that that dark, brooding, Bishonen touch of a pony, and it seemed like my clientele really liked it. He hasn't seen it yet, so I hope he hasn't seen this video. I hope he didn't see this video yet. But eventually I will definitely show him that video and that pitch, and I hope he really enjoys it. Like I said, I am open for commissions regarding that. I have a couple of other stuff in the works. A lot of stuff on Patreon. I was actually going to tell you, another thing that I was going to tell you was, until a large quantity of my Etsy merch is basically removed, not removed as in sold out, so like, I have a lot of merch already. And I'm constantly updating my Etsy page here and there. But I feel it's gotten to a point where I've made a lot of stuff. And before I can make any more, I have to basically discount or get rid of some of the stuff that I already have. So I'm going to be focusing more on commissions as well as my Patreon page. A little bit more so I can give Etsy a little bit of a breathing room, tweak it a little bit, and show you what I have thus far before I make any more new merch. Because I do have some stuff on the back burner that I do want to showcase, like a second set of not only Octo Ladies, but My Hero Academia. Apparently, a lot of the emoji stickers are very, very popular. So I was going to do a second set with maybe some of the heroes that I didn't get in the last set that I have, including some of the villains, such as Toga, Dabi, Overhaul. There is a sneak peek of maybe a character that you might not recognize that I made of my own creation. If you guys know or been watching me, you guys know of Lilali Chimera. So I will be doing a lot of that. And so yeah, there will be more stickers. So a lot more stuff for you to stick on stuff. Also, I did come out with a t-shirt design. I have a couple of new My Little Pony t-shirts. Since the chibi princesses were so popular, I decided to do a series of pillows, bags, tote bags, and t-shirts and hoodies with the cute little princesses on them. You know, so if you're a Celestia fan, or you Cadence fan, or you Luna fan, I made these little, you know, these little things that you guys could basically you know, get for your particular loved one, whoever's a My Little Pony fan. Also, the same type of treatment will be done as well with the Eevee dancing Eevee stickers that I've done. The designs for that, I will be doing it on tote bags and t-shirts and stuff like that. So if you guys want to check that out, that's at the bottom, as well as all this other crazy stuff. And yeah, so yeah, there's a lot going on here. And last but not least, I wanted to guys do a unboxing because my other half decided it came back the other day, and he got me some gifts while he was away in Japan. So I have this big bag here. I have this big bag here from Japan that he got for me, and I was going to basically, well, I am going to do an unboxing for you guys. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be fucking wonderful. I know. I'm sorry, profanity doesn't fit me, but because of the fact of what's been going on, I don't know how to express that. This is not for kids in its entirety. This is for like everyone, but more likely than not 13 and above. I'm sorry. It's just I don't know. Dang, I feel like I'm going crazy. But yes, I'm going to start with this little envelope here that I got in the mail. I have an idea of what this is. Oh, come on, don't do this to me. Oh, trusty handy dandy scissors. So, besides me rambling on, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday and enjoying yourselves. You know, and such, despite the fact of all this craziness that's been going on. And let's see, what do we got here? Okay, this is the Sylveon that I wanted. Oh, look, this is the Christmas Sylveon that I wanted for the holidays. Usually I'm packing my clothes and going to... Oh, you're going to work at 5. Okay. Well, I think the live stream will be ending in a few, to be honest. But, you know. This is the Sylveon that I ordered. Yeah, it is adorable, isn't it? Oh my goodness. This is, well, we have a version of this particular plushie in the United States, but the snowflakes are a little tad different. See, these snowflakes? See the snowflakes? They're so pretty. and they're see-through. May I mind you, this was difficult to find because of the fact that I had it on my list for a while, and then next thing you know it, the person that I basically associate myself with, who lives in Japan and sells or does these pickup runs, he did a quick photo of all the bins being empty, and I freaked out, and I was like, "Oh no, there's no more of these!" And I asked him, I was like, "Is there any more?" And he's like, "Well, no, all the shelves are like basically empty," and yada yada yada. I was like, "No, that can't happen." But luckily, his friend had a couple of few and relinquished one of them to me, and I still hold the title as Moe, and this is just freaking adorable. Now I have another Eevee from last year's Christmas where it looks like a nutcracker, and this has like this cute little coat, and it has like snowflakes in it. It's so adorable. And they have the little pearls. There's some pearls on sewed on the jacket here. So I thought these are just really adorable. And it will safely be resided on my fireplace of where my other darling smaller Eevees are. So I have that. So thank you very much. So I got that, and then dang it. Uh-oh. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Mail at the door. So there was that. Let's see what other things that my dear heart gave me. Oh, what's this? Okay. Well, we'll start with this. This, I don't know what this is. Oh, I think I know what this is. What am I saying? May I mind you, when he got this for me, I was half asleep. When you're in Japan, the hours differ. I got markers! New markers! Yay! Copic markers. When I do my artwork for you guys, this is the markers that I use. I use Copic markers, and they're so much cheaper in Japan. Because here in the United States, they charge you mainly $7 to $8 for each bloody marker. And it's like, no! I am not okay with this. Not one fudging bit. So I got these markers. These are the markers that I usually use when I make my merch, when I do a lot of traditional pieces. These are the markers that I use. So I ran low. Usually my common markers that I usually run out really quickly are the blues, the purples, the pinks, and the reds. Well, when you draw the twins a lot, those are the colors that usually go into making what they look like. So yeah, it takes a lot. So usually, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much, honey. So my honey got that at this cool anime place in Japan, in Akihabara, in Ikebukuro. I think Akihabara has one of these. It's called Animate, and it's just 5 floors of nothing but anime stuff. From mangas to merch to CDs to cosplay accessories. It's just insane. I think I have some photos on my Facebook page that shows of me in Akihabara among a huge block of nothing but a Black Butler mangas. Was it Kitsune shoot. I'm sorry, my pronunciation is a little off, and I forgot the proper name for Black Butler. But yeah, that anime is really cool. You find those markers there, and I appreciate it. So, to my other half for getting me these markers. I'm so excited. And this I showed you this bag before, but I got some really cool stuff, and I think Dear Heart knows me so well. I got a new baby, a Vaporeon, so cute, and it's so adorable, and it's a lot cheaper. Again, it's a lot cheaper to get it from the motherland in Japan versus going to a convention, and they charge you $35 for this. I think this was like what, 22? Like what is it? 20. It would be $22, so it would be like 220 yen. So yeah. so so no, it would be, I'm sorry, it would be 22 2200, yeah, 2200 yen. So, and it's so cute. Look at it, look at it. Oh, I love Vaporeon so much. Well, you could tell because I have a giant Vaporeon, and that was the first one that I ever got as far as the big ones are concerned. But yes, it's so cute. So the holiday one, and this one that I think somebody also got me. Ah! No. May I remind you, when my other half was basically in the Pokemon Center and getting me this, he was like, "Oh, the lines, they were ridiculous," which I can get because they were in the midst of when Sword and Shield just came out. So it's like everybody was waiting in line for the game. So it's like, oof. Oh, Ziggy got me a Flareon. Actually, among the three top ones that I really adore, and funny enough, are right here. It's Vaporeon, Sylveon, and Flareon. These three are the ones that I usually gravitate to first before I start collecting all the other evolutions. Not saying all the other evolutions are not as adorable, but I don't know. For some reason, I like the fire and water and cutie, the kawaii version of Eevee first, and then I'll collect all the others. Still think all of them are pretty adorable, but yeah, I'm so happy for this. And I got a Flareon. And you look so fluffy. Oh my goodness, you're just so adorable. It's just, ugh, I'm gonna die from all cuteness. Anyway, so it was just, so my dear heart got me these, well, I bought this, but like a while ago, but my dear heart got me the markers and these two sweethearts, and I just love them. I just love them so much. So thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm so happy. But next time we're going to Japan together. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of my live stream. I really thank you so much for coming out and all the comments and all the support, and thank you for listening to me. Again, I will put everything at the bottom of what's been going on. I will also put at the very bottom of all the things, of all the places that you can go to support, just in case if, let's say, something were to happen. Also, the fact that I really just hope that this is cleared up or clarified enough, because it's just that I can't afford the fines, and I feel that also a lot of us should not be punished for something that we did not do. We didn't, we as content creators didn't know this was happening. We did not know, well, for me, I did not know this was happening. And, again, I just got here, and I really don't want my business to basically fall apart like this because of the fact of somebody else's mess up, somebody else's fuck up. I I feel that's not fair. And again, like I said, usually I'm happy smiles. I would like to continue being such, but it's just, yeah, it's just, you know. So thank you for hearing me out. Hopefully this won't be the last video that I make. So yeah. So I'll see you guys a little later. All right. Love you guys.